Stay with him until he finishes the first line, and when Joel starts to talk, then you can make the move.
It's a boat full of underdogs representing an underdog nation.
In 3, 2, 1, roll!
George, what is it about this story that drew you into it?
I loved it. I loved, of course, there's the underdog story and everything else. I loved the era of the Great Depression. It was a pretty fascinating time. I've always liked that sort of image. I think that it expresses sort of the best of us in mankind, which is how we find a way to take care of one another.
Where do you think these young men's drive comes from?
Necessity, right? That's the great motivator.
Well, what's that about making some money?
Yeah, the rowing team. You're on, you get a part-time job, included, cheap place to live. All you gotta do is make the team.
They rowed, they were lumberjacks. They rowed to eat, literally, to get food and to pay for school. So they went to study engineering and things like that. And they all went on to do sort of remarkable things.
I have to say, watching this, especially the scenes with them rowing, I felt like it was poetry in motion, if you will. What was the drive, and how important was it to get rowing right?
That was the hardest part. When you cast really good actors, and the script works, I'm not worried about getting that right. I'm worried about the technical parts of making rowing as exciting as it is. Rowing is actually a really exciting sport, but it's a little like F1. If you're not in close and feel it, it doesn't feel fast, and it doesn't have that same intensity.
How important was unity, Joel, as a theme in this film, if you will?
Look, it's incredibly, it's more potent in fact in rowing than in most other sports you can think of. Like synchronized swimming is another, like where a whole unit of individuals are all moving as one, essentially becoming one. And that really was helped by the training process of these guys. I think they did a remarkable job of getting where they needed to get to. And in the process of doing that, forged these relationships that then spill onto the screen in a really wonderful way. I was very impressed by what they did.
The average human body is just not meant for such things. Most of you will not be chosen.
What's your relationship, Callum, with rowing before this story?
I didn't have one.
No.
I'd heard about it. I'd seen some guys do it on the River Thames in London. But these guys, George and Grant, they set us up to succeed.
The Depression hit everyone hard. No jobs, no food. We were broke.
You play Joe Rance. Describe his struggles for me.
Joe is the ultimate underdog story. This is someone that has just put the walls up, and doesn't let anyone in until he rekindles with Joyce, and she teaches him how to trust again. And that allows him to feel like he's part of this team too.
You're announcing the team today. Are you gonna make it?
As you mentioned, this is an underdog story, a sports story, and also a love story. Hadley, how would you describe the relationship between these two characters?
Oh man, I love the relationship. I think it's kind of one to look up to in a lot of ways. In real life, they stay together until death parted them. It's a really beautiful love story built on trust, which I think is a huge theme in this movie.
Hadley, I've heard you say that they don't make movies like this. What makes you say that anymore?
Man, it really leans into the beauty of humanity and really beautiful qualities and values that some people possess, and then to lean into it, and it gives you this feeling that it feels so good. I don't know why you don't see it much anymore.
We see what we're made of and see that we're actually on each other's sides. This film reminds us that we're all in this together.
As one! As one!